watching the video of the CEO of MONIEPOINT.
So please, where are my slides? All right, beautiful. So today, that small company that we have done, the next slide, now is Africa's leading payment infrastructure, where we process, next slide, 8 out of 10 transactions today offline today. Next slide. Today we have about 6 million businesses on our platform and roughly about 10 million personal customers on our platform. Next slide. Revenue-wise, we're top 6 in Nigerian banking industry. And we processed last year 14 billion transactions in count. And these transactions were worth 500 trillion in value. We also disbursed 1 trillion of loans last year to businesses. Next slide. And we are number 1, we're the largest merchant acquirer in Africa. Next slide. We've raised $200 million of equity from foreign investors, and most of it have been invested into Nigeria. Next slide. And today, according to Financial Times, we're the fastest growing fintech country 3 times in a row company. We employ 5,000 employees across 17 countries. And in all this, I want to tell you that ideas are free. If you have an idea in your mind right now, I think you've heard other people say it, scratch it. It's nothing. It's nothing, and it's not waiting for you. Execution is everything. As a matter of fact, if anybody comes to me and says, there's this idea that I have and I want to come and share it with you, I don't respond to the person. It means nothing, because it's a dime, a dozen. You need to pick that idea and actually truly execute it. Now, I will go beyond ideas and how, execution, and actually tell you about the biggest challenge that you have is you. I'll focus on you, on how you need to think generally. Because the biggest problem of an entrepreneur is yourself.
I know a lot of people will be celebrating the 500 trillion being processed, the billions of transactions being done, and millions of customers being served. Likewise, the $1 billion being raised by MONIEPOINT. But that is quite impressive, very, very impressive. But I believe that high net worth individuals, investors, diaspora investors, and Nigerians in diaspora, we have a different view, a different question with respect to how did this company, meaning how can a Nigeria company create such critical infrastructure that handle the entire economy? Let me repeat myself. I believe a lot of diasporas we want to, high net worth individual, they will want to ask a different question, which is the question likewise I'm discussing on today. How will a company in Nigeria create such critical infrastructure that is handling the entire economy? I believe that is the real word intelligence. Okay? This company don't have a product, but based on the standard of businesses, how businesses are being created in Africa and in Nigeria, entrepreneurs always have a product, they have services, okay? They have an app or a website. But this company neither has a product or none of this. But what are those things that they have that make them to become a critical infrastructure for the entire economy? 1, they have infrastructure. 2, they have a rail. 3, they have an ecosystem. Likewise, they have a community. And see, I realize that this business, MONIEPOINT, is a major commerce mover with respect to Africa economy. And see, the fact remains that companies that have such infrastructures, they are very, very essential to the economy of any country. And such company cannot be override, cannot be overcome, cannot be replaced. That's the right word to use. Such company cannot be replaced. That is the business intelligence. A company that cannot be replaced as a high business intelligence. That takes me to my next point. What is my next point? My next point is the financial intelligence in what this conversation is all about. Okay? See, a lot of people will believe, we always say, it is because it's a fintech. It is because it operates on technology. See, technology is just a part of the value of the financial intelligence of MONIEPOINT. Technology can be replaced. Technology can be copied. But let me open your mind. The main value of MONIEPOINT are executions, okay, systems, governance, talent, consistencies. Do you hear me? The main value, the financial intelligence value of MONIEPOINT are executions, systems, okay, talent, consistency, governance. Those are the main financial intelligence behind money. And see, where I always have a lot of issues with people, with investors especially, they are just so concerned about the numbers. Okay, see, numbers is just an outcome of a system. Okay, serious investors, they pay attention to the system, they pay attention to the founder. Okay, and that is why I've always noticed that I've come to reality, to conclusion that business don't die because of competitors. Business die because of the founder's ego. Business die because of the founder's poor judgment. Businesses die because of emotional decision taken by the founders. Okay, businesses die because of the founders' inconsistencies. Okay, and this is the founders' intelligence that we need to talk about in this conversation. Finally, let me share this with you. See, in order for you as an investor, in order for you, before you take a decision with respect to the projection that a business is giving to you, pay attention to the leadership. Pay attention to the management. And that takes me to the real estate intelligence in this conversation. See, one of the common slang that we always hear in real estate is location, location, location. And one of those who doesn't agree with that. But I always advise, go for management, management, management. Great location with bad management won't give you the right return on investment. Okay? Great location without the right leadership won't give you the right investment. And that is why I always say, pay attention to leadership of any business you want to invest in. Pay attention to the management of any real estate company you want to invest in. Why am I so concerned about real estate? I'm a real estate consultant and developer. And likewise, we are in the early stage of our real estate companies. We need investors. But likewise, you need to pay attention to the people you are dealing with. See, as I often say, the currency of real estate is trust. Okay? That is why, in order for me to save you, in order for me to help you, in order for you not to make mistakes that other people make, I create a REDOC diagnosis session, which is in my bio. Click on that REDOC diagnosis session, okay, before you make any investment with respect to real estate. Don't joke with that diagnosis. Go to my bio, click on the link, follow the procedures. Definitely at the end of that, when you are done with that process, there is tendency that you are going to have a consultation, a one-on-one consultation with me, or if you can have a one-on-one consultation with me, you have it with any member of my team. But my responsibility, my job is for you to make the right investment. One thing I always say is, wise investors, they invest based on structure. They don't invest based on sentiment. They invest based on clarity. This diagnosis will do to you. It will give you a clarity. Okay? You might know what you want, but you might not know what you need. This diagnosis will give you clarity with respect to what you need. As we often say, prescription without cross-examination and proper diagnosis of a customer's purpose, budget, timeline, risk tolerance, lifestyle will not satisfy your investment need. See you other time. Bye for now.